Hi everybody, I'm going to read a story for you. It's called Lucky Bamboo and it's written by Catherine Sully and it's illustrated by Rebecca Elliott. Now I definitely know children in spring class will know what an author does and what an illustrator does, but you've got 5 seconds now to tell the grown-up or your friend or your family member next to you what an author does and what an illustrator does. Hope you told them. Okay, let's get started. Lucky Bamboo. I wonder, looking at the pictures, what do you think this book might be about? Maybe if you're with someone, you can tell them and talk about what you think this book is about and why you think that. And if you're on your own, maybe you could write it down or you could say it out loud. Little Panda lived with his mummy. They lived in a cosy thicket of tall bamboo. The bamboo was sweet and crunchy, and Little Panda ate as much as he could so that he would grow big and strong. So we've got lots of that bamboo there. I wonder if you can tell the person next to you or say out loud if you're on your own what bamboo is and what country we'd find bamboo. I don't know if bamboo would grow here, but maybe it would. Maybe you could find out where bamboo grows after you've listened to me read this book. Next door, there was a beautiful garden that belonged to Wise Old Panda. Little Panda longed to explore the garden. Little Panda wished he could follow the winding path that led in and out of the trees and flowers. He wanted to walk across the little stone bridge over the lily pond. And that's the bridge that Little Panda wants to walk over. One day, Wise Old Panda looked up from his work and smiled at Little Panda. "Would you like to help, Little Panda?" he asked. "Yes, please," said Little Panda. And at last Little Panda was allowed into the garden. Little Panda must be really excited right now. Little Panda came to the garden every day. He watched the fish darting about in the lily pond. He sprinkled water on the flowers. Wise Old Panda showed Little Panda how to pull up the weeds, and he let Little Panda rake the path. Little Panda's doing lots of very important jobs there. In a quiet corner of the garden grew a very curious plant. The tall stems twined around each other to make a pattern. What's that curly plant called?" asked Little Panda. "It's my lucky bamboo," Wise Old Panda replied. "Well, it looks very sweet and crunchy," said Little Panda longingly. "It wouldn't be very lucky if you ate it," laughed Wise Old Panda. I wonder, tell the person next to you or say it out loud. What do you think Wise Old Panda means? Why wouldn't this bamboo be lucky if the Little Panda ate it? I'll give you some time to talk. Okay. The next day, Little Panda came to the garden, but Wise Old Panda wasn't there. Little Panda gazed at the lucky bamboo. It looked very sweet and crunchy. Little Panda reached up and nibbled the juicy green leaves. Blech! Little Panda shivered. It tasted bitter and disgusting. Ugh. Oh dear, look at the bamboo now. It looks very different to how it did at the beginning. The following day and the day after that, the garden was quiet and empty. The lucky bamboo leaves began to droop and turn yellow. When Little Panda went home, his mummy was talking to her friend. "Wise Old Panda is ill," said the friend. Little Panda chewed on his bamboo, but somehow he didn't feel like eating anymore. And there's Little Panda. I wonder if you can think, why do you think little panda doesn't feel like eating? Why has he lost his appetite? There's definitely something on his mind. What do you think that might be? That night, little panda couldn't sleep. He was worried about wise old panda. If only he hadn't eaten the lucky bamboo, then wise old panda wouldn't be ill. It was all his fault for being greedy. In the morning, little panda went to find the lucky bamboo. He sprinkled the leaves, he polished the stems, he tidied the pebbles. Every day he looked after the lucky bamboo and talked to it. Sometimes he sang a little song, or did a little dance, or brought a present. And that is little panda doing all those fancy and funny things for the bamboo. I wonder if you can tell the person next to you or your grown up, why is little panda doing all of these things? Have you ever sang a song to a plant? Have you ever danced for a flower? I wonder what will happen. Before long, the lucky bamboo stems grew tall and strong, and the leaves grew green and juicy again. But the rest of the garden was a mess. Little panda watered the flowers, pulled up the weeds, and raked the path. He's being a very, very, very helpful friend. Then, one day, wise old panda came back. "You're better!" cried Panda happily. "I am," smiled wise old Panda, "and I'm very glad to be back in my garden." "Oh, I ate my lucky bamboo," said little Panda in a quiet voice, "and that's why you were ill." "The lucky bamboo didn't make me ill," smiled wise old Panda. "Anyway, what did it taste like?" "Disgusting," said little Panda, pulling a face. Wise old Panda laughed. "I thought my garden would be full of weeds, but I think that bamboo must be lucky after all." Little Panda gazed around happily at the garden that he had looked after so well. The end. And that's them looking at the pond together. Well, little Panda did a really nice thing for wise old Panda, didn't he? And we could tell that wise old Panda was very grateful. That means really, really thankful that little Panda had done something nice for wise old Panda. I wonder if, while you're at home, you can think of something really, really nice that you could do for the person looking after you. It might be your mum or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa or a carer. Have a think about what you could do to help them, just like little Panda did to help wise old Panda. You could also draw a picture of a panda and draw a picture of the kind of place that it would live. Maybe it would live in a place like this. Or maybe you could draw a picture of the panda living in a place like this. Use your imagination. You could draw baby pandas and mummy pandas and daddy pandas as well. And you could also talk about whether little panda was right to eat the lucky bamboo, even though he was kind of told not really to do that. And maybe thinking about if you would like to draw some bamboo, or maybe cut out some paper and you can create your own bamboo with green paper or white paper and colour it in. Or you could just talk about what you enjoyed about the book. It was lovely reading a story to you, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Bye!